So I had the chance to go to Colorado to shadow my nephew because he's a freelance videographer, multimedia journalist, and I went there to learn from him. So I spent about a week with him being his shadow. He scheduled a bunch of shoots and I got to follow him, and while he was shooting he would tell me bits and pieces of wisdom and knowledge on different angles and sound bites. And when we were done with that, we went home and to his house, and he showed me his workflow and his editing. And it was just really cool to, one, not only learn the art of storytelling, videography, composition, editing, all those things. Fantastic. Those things were great. But I got to see my hold on, time out. What is that? So I'm on this bridge, right? And I'm filming and I see, what in the world? I think we should go check that out. I think this is a little bit interesting because there's this car with wood on top. Reminds me of some Blair Witch Project business, and I think we should go check it out. Yo, look, there it is. I think we should check it out. Let's do it. So I think I changed my mind because I think someone is actually in there and I heard some sounds. So I am not going to go there. I'm actually going to dip out. Oh gosh. I'm going to open this van up. I'm going to take my camera out. I'm going to record because people want to hear stories. But I think I saw I'm freaking out. I ain't got time for this. I'm gonna go here. Make sure it's locked. Lock my doors. Okay. I had to figure out all the settings and lighting and everything. And but so I'm so parked outside the bridge, and I'm walking and I'm talking. Saying my lines and just kind of documenting. Then I heard movement and sounds from the vehicle itself. And as I looked closer, there was fog, condensation within it, and a blanket covering. And I was looking at the tire tracks, and from the looks of it, it looked like there's someone that's actually living there. So this video was supposed to be about me talking about my mentorship under my nephew, and now I'm gonna put a pause. So we're at another place where I wanted to shoot, and didn't want to get footage over here, so that's where we're gonna go. So here is bridge. We are at bridge number 2. This is always a fun bridge, but I wanted to get some footage. there's anything that I've learned, I've learned many things, but if there's anything that I've learned from my mentorship, my little workshop with my nephew, was that you have to be prepared for anything. There's going to be surprises and you're just going to have to adjust. So for the longest time, I've been wanting to film at that bridge, had so many different types of shots that I wanted to do. And then I thought I'd switch it up and, ooh, something interesting, and I want to go check it out. But then I didn't want to get, kidnapped or whatnot. So that had to change up. So, which is funny because my nephew, he set up a bunch of shoots for me to watch him film. And during that process, he actually got hit with a huge surprise. One of his friends called him up and I was like, hey man, I have this edit. I just wanted to know if you're interested, but it's a 24-hour turnaround. And my nephew was like, yeah, let's do it. And he goes, okay, it's this video, like sounds of the game, and it's for the Raiders. And he was like, oh, okay. He didn't watch the game, so he didn't know the highlights. He has an idea what kind of video they want, but still not sure. He had like 400 gigs worth of footage that he had to go through. Some of the cameras were shot in log, some of them were not. Different angles, a lot of footage. And then within 24 hours, he had to create this video to celebrate the Raiders' win. And I got to witness that. But here's the thing. Yeah, I learned a lot about storytelling, videography, and editing. But the thing that stood out the most from this trip was being able to see my nephew work. Either if it's family or friends, we hear stories about their work and what they do, but we never actually get to see them do it. We don't actually get to see them work in their environment. And it was so cool to see him locked in, doing what he does, doing what he loves to do, and go through the entire process and, collaborating with his friends, his mentor, his wife, but to be able to see him work in his environment, in his own element, was so cool to see. Like, I was so proud as an uncle to see him do what he does. And that's what stood out on this trip. Other than learning, videography and storytelling, was that I think as humans, we need to see our friends, our family members in their work environment. And I think when we do that, we gain a sense of respect for what they do, and we get to understand them as a person. Now, I don't live near my nephew, so it was really cool to see him in this light, to see him do his work, to see him be a husband, to see him be a father to his daughter. It was something that I didn't expect from this trip. I came with the mindset of, all right, I'm gonna learn as much as I can so that I can be a better storyteller, a better videographer, get clients, all the things in regards to video, but I didn't expect to experience this new experience, if that makes sense. I'm older now, I have some wisdom. I've gone through many life's experiences, as you will, or seasons, but I wasn't expecting the feelings of just love and being proud of my nephew, of doing what he does, to see him. Like I said, I don't live near him, so I don't get to see him in that light, the light of being a husband, the light of being a father, the light of being a freelance videographer, multimedia journalist. I don't get to see him in that light. When I was able to see him do life on the regular, I was proud, and a really cool experience that goes beyond the wisdom that I gathered from my nephew for being a videographer, storyteller. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you feel led, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.